talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
Period. Okay, I'm not talking. I'm not talking unless y'all giving me likes. Hello, commenting and subscribing. You hear me? Okay. Well, hey, babe. Jamie, that's me here. We have to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac reunion part 2 has dropped. And when I tell y'all they were on the S of Miss Mia, they were on her R's. And Miss Ma'am could not take the heat. So she definitely got out of the kitchen on more than one occasion. All right. Listen, I don't know what to think of Miss Mia. You know, well, first of all, I do believe Mia is a liar. Unfortunately for you guys, I do. I think that Mia be lying for sure. But also, you know, with the whole storyline of her, you know, faking this breakup with old boy, I kind of feel like she is broken up with him, which is why she's crying so much. But then at the same time, I'm not fully seeing the tears. So at this point, I don't know what the hell to believe. Okay. But we're going to start off at the top of the episode and get into some things. All right. So of course, Mia walked off already to go and have a conversation with Stacey as well as Jassi, and neither one of the ladies were really at a place where they wanted to accept her apology. So she wanted to leave. And I'm like, girl, it's really not even that deep because you were a bad friend. You want to leave off that? Nah, it must be something else. So Andy goes and talks to her, tell her, you know, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself, and pretty much try to convince her to stay. And she does. Okay. There's that. Gizelle talks about her daughters and how they're doing great in school. All right. So shout out to the girls for doing a good job in school. Gizelle does slick shade her ex-husband, Jamal Bryant. Right. Of course, people asked about them being dressed in their pink and green because, of course, his wife, from my understanding, as well as Gizelle, are in the same sorority. So that might be the reason why she chose the pink and green colors on top of him being a Kappa. So it's like, okay, well, maybe he was okay with that. Right. But people were starting to equate them to Wicked. Okay. Which is a bit funny because those were the colors of Wicked as well. And can I tell y'all, I'm going to be real honest, y'all. I had watched Wiki on a it was giving bootleg, just a little piece. Okay, I'm gonna be real honest with you, girl. So I'm so looking forward to them dropping the full version over onto Peacock at the end of March. I'm gonna watch it again. Okay. It was giving cute from what I saw, but now I can watch it a bit more clearer. Hello. Because I did not go to the movies to check it out, so I'll be watching it on Peacock. So I'm looking forward to that because I loved it. Period. But anywho. Okay, anywho, let's get back into the things. So Gizelle definitely shaded, you know, both of them because she was like, I don't know why they would do that. You know what I'm saying? She says, it seems like to me, you know, it was a joke. And I'm like, okay, I feel like that's shade. I feel like that's you really wanting to say that their marriage was a joke. Not just the attire was a joke, but the fact that they chose what they chose leaves you to believe that this marriage is a joke, high key. And maybe you would know, right? Because we can't really count on our hands a successful relationship that Jamal Bryant has actually had. And maybe this will be his most successful, you know, relationship and marriage to date. Who knows? However, she did go on to let us know that her daughters does not have a relationship with the new wife. She said it would be nice if they did, but they don't. And y'all let me know your thoughts because now the daughters are grown, right? They're somewhat grown a little bit. And I'm just wondering if you guys may think that he should introduce the wife to the girls, or do you think a relationship is not necessarily needed considering the fact that the daughters are older and they don't really, I mean, what are they meeting her for, right? I think that it would be nice. It would be nice for the girls to know who the fuck she is, the woman that's going to be occupying a lot of their dad's time. Should anything go wrong with their dad, this is likely going to be the woman to make decisions on whether he going to remain alive or die at the hospital. You know, she's going to be making critical decisions, all right, being his wife. So I think it would behoove him to try to foster some relationship between the two. But I don't know, girl, that's just a little piece. She ain't a part of the show, honey, but give her enough time, she gonna shade Gizelle in a little bit. But anywho, she gonna return the favor. Of course, Gizelle is still dating Nams. Love to hear that for her. She also lets us know that Nams and Josh are really good friends. She says that Josh told Nams that he's all in when it comes to Miss Ashley. Ashley and Josh are continuing to date, but they kind of scaled it back a little bit, not moving too fast, and they made sure to not have titles at this time. So we'll see what's going to happen with them, all right? Gizelle brings up the fact that Josh sent Ashley off to New York with semen. And I'm like, what was the reason for you mentioning that? Because that is giving TMI. But are you trying to say that Ashley could potentially be over here, you know, getting pregnant? Like, could she be conceiving at this moment? Is that what you're trying to say? Because he sent her up here with semen? Like, I don't know, but that's interesting. Ashley, you better not come back next season trying to let us know that you're pregnant by this man that you barely know for real, for real. But anyway, good luck, girl, okay? Now, Wendy was trying to shade Josh, okay? Remember, she shaded Josh and she said something about him being Jack Harlow or whatever. Now, when Wendy did it throughout the season, I remember highlighting the fact that I'm like, Wendy, why are you trying to slick shade this man as though he's Jack Harlow when actually the read that you're trying to give really ain't no read, because Jack Harlow is successful. And Jack Harlow is attractive and talented. So that's really not a read or the shade that you think that you're giving in that moment, right? Because I remember saying, like, Wendy, do you not know who the hell he is? You know? So, anywho, she did do that. And the question was about whether Ashley, I guess Ashley was offended by the Jack Harlow thing. But then she goes on to say, Josh wasn't really offended by Jack Harlow. He was more so offended by the fact that Wendy said that Ashley made a lateral move from Michael to Josh. Here's the thing. You did. But you also, in my opinion, got to understand maybe the context in which she was saying it, or maybe like what were you speaking on specifically? I feel like Wendy was saying that you made a lateral move from Michael to Josh because you went from white man to white man versus trying out something else. That's what I was thinking Wendy was saying, but I don't know exactly what Wendy was trying to say with that. But when I hear lateral move, you went from this white man to that white. Okay, then I don't think that Josh is as successful as Michael owning his businesses. So I didn't think it would be that. I didn't think it would be a lateral move because, of course, Michael is older, whereas Josh is younger. So it ain't like you upgraded in finances, I guess, when it comes to a guy, but you upgraded in looks, I suppose. So I don't know. The only thing I could equate for me was giving white man to white man. And if that's what Ashley chooses to do, cool. So she says that, you know, Josh was upset about that. His friends was like, dang, dog, she said that about you. And I'm like, girl, what friends he got? Watch this damn show for real. But I guess, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I mean, girl, he was offended because he white. That's what I was hearing. He offended because he white, because that's a lateral move for me. But get back to Miss Ma'am, all right? So Wendy calls out Ashley for bringing rumors to the show. She's like, girl, you want to talk about talking about somebody's man? Let's get it to you for a little bit. Because why did you sit up there and bring up some rumors that was over there on a blog onto the show? And then Ashley's like, well, you should have brought that up with the blog. Like, that's the blog fault, not mine. Nah, Ashley, it's yours. Because I feel like you did the same thing with Robyn in earlier seasons. When you were talking about their tax or whatever it was, you went and dug the hell up. Like, Ashley, it's on brand for you to do. Andy says, oh, this whole time I thought it was damn Gizelle. And Gizelle said everybody thought it was me, and it wasn't. It was Ashley. That's because Ashley said that Gizelle brought it to her. Right? Whether Gizelle brought it to you or not, you still had to sit down with Wendy and you still discussed it on air. Also, I feel like around that time, I had been calling Ashley out for her whole SHI, you know, because Ashley has often, especially back when the whole Monique and Candiace thing was going on, Ashley has often done some SHI and people often overlooked it. I don't know how some of her stuff got overlooked, because she definitely played a role, in my opinion, at that time when it came to Candiace and them, and they had to do a flashback on that. But anywho, Ashley, she be on some other stuff, but it is what it is, okay? So Wendy tells her, you know, at the end of the day, girl, I'm still married to the father of my children. All right, can't say the same for you, girl, but good luck with Josh. Now, although we don't really like when people throw their marriages up in other folks' face and this, that, and the other, and woo, I really was here for Wendy in that moment, just a piece. Okay, because good luck with Josh, honey. Hopefully things will do work out. Okay, so we hope that works out while you over here trying to dip all in my business. Worry about what you got going on. So Ashley asked, is Eddie still a lawyer? Is he still practicing? And I didn't quite understand. Because she kind of said something like, I didn't say that. So is that another rumor somebody putting out there saying that Eddie is not practicing or something happened. Like, what is that about? And as long as he's not like, you know, barred from being an attorney, like whether he's practicing or not, Eddie can go and do a lot of stuff with his law degree and make a ton of money. So I don't like, what's the reason? Anywho, so Wendy says he sure is. Ashley gonna say, are you sure? Oh, what y'all know that we don't know? Is there something going on with Eddie and his license or something? Is there something up with Eddie practicing law? Because at this point, Ashley, I feel like you heavy reaching. You're heavily reaching. That's what I'm thinking. Until he presents himself at a later time. Wendy decides to refer to Ashley as miserable, because it might be that just for a little bit. Ashley no longer has Michael to hold on a storyline to, and she don't have Karen to beef with, and doesn't know for sure if Karen's going to be back next season for her to try to beef with. So the next person to beef with and create something out of nothing would be Wendy. Okay, it would be Wendy and a piece of Mia, because Ashley has to continue to keep this check going on. All right. And we know Ashley gonna do whatever she gotta do to make sure this check continues to flow. And as much as it grinds my gears with her, I gotta let Ashley do what she gonna do. That lady got them kids to take care of, because if Michael don't, she gonna have to do it. But anyway, so everyone learns that Stacey and TJ are broken up. The way Andy positioned the question, he asked her when he said former boyfriend, and then Wendy said, wait a minute, BIT, did you say former? And that's when they found out that Stacey and TJ not even together no more. Child. Listen, immediately in my head, I was like, girl, not you done paid this man to be on this show for real, for real. But she kind of brings that up too. She says that her family was hurt, that from the way that he was talking to her. She said it hurt to see some of the comments of people feeling like she paid for him. She also talked about how Wendy saying that, oh, you know, he's more interested in the trainer than he is her and stuff. So she was offended by a lot of stuff. Things didn't really work out with her and TJ, yada, yada, yada. Girl, listen, by the end of this reunion, what I gather is that Stacey is a liar, period. That's just what it is. Stacey be lying. That's probably why Gizelle don't be seeing it for her. I still don't quite know yet, but Stacey, you be over there lying, and it looks like you finna get exposed by TJ on next week, and I'm looking forward to hearing exactly what TJ got to say about you, Bookie Doo. But yeah, girl. Okay, so Wendy tells her that, you know, because I'm your friend, I receive what it is that you're saying. And I'm like, hey, Wendy, you're not her friend. Stop fucking lying. Okay, you're not that lady's friend. Stop playing. Stacey, if you want to believe she your friend, she not. Because it's something else I think Wendy's did this reunion. I can't remember, or maybe it was like last week, I can't remember, but whatever it was, Wendy ended up doing something that was like, oh, see, you thought that was your friend. Wendy is not your friend, boo. And the way that she's about to spill on this TJ thing, Wendy is not your friend. Actually, Wendy is not a friend of none of you bitches on this stage. She's not friends with none of you hoes. Now, I don't know if that's going to show up at a later time and it potentially hurt Wendy. I don't know. But in this moment, I actually don't care that Wendy is not friends with none of you bitches. High key, because I feel like Wendy has sat back and she can really see how y'all flip and y'all flop. So I will be on reserve about my friendship too. But I don't like that she said, as your friend, I receive it. I wish she would have just said, I receive it. I receive it. I do feel like y'all be using, you know, friend too loosely, just a little piece, okay? So I would have just said, I receive that. I understand what you're saying. I received it. Okay, but I want to say no as your friend, girl. Fuck you, okay? And the reason I really want to say this her ass, because you was supposed to be friends with Vivian, but you all of a sudden trying to shade Vivian. So what? I thought that was your friend. No, ma'am. No. I receive it though. I receive what you're saying, but if a fact is a fact, that's what the fact is given. And the fact was given at that time that may have been more interested in the trainer than you. Now, I ain't saying interested in the trainer like you want to hunch on the trainer type thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's how you took it, because you already was thinking that in your head. But girl, I was more so talking about interested in the trainer because he like working out. Okay, he already knew what you wanted. You wanted to hop on that bone. Okay, and he wasn't trying to let you get a piece of that bone like that. Okay, he was just trying to work out. So, I mean... Anyway, hun. Okay, so Stacey lets everybody know as well that she is divorced. I said, come on, Stacey. Now I'm with you on that, honey. Stacey said, I am divorced. Stacey did it real demure, real low key, real quiet. Not that quiet, but quiet enough to keep them outside her business and to go ahead and get everything resolved. All right. Now, I don't know if her husband had to pay her out some money because he had accounts in her name aside. We don't really know all the details of this lady's marriage, child. I think I saw rumors that people were trying to say that this marriage ain't even, this divorce ain't even real. This supposed divorce she got from her husband. So I don't know what's tea. But, yeah. You know, she just wanted that child support and no spousal. So we'll see at a later time what's going on with Miss Stacey. But anywho, Stacey be lying. So Stacey says that she and Vivian are not in a good place because she talking about she tried to elevate Vivian by wearing her fashions or whatever on the show. And Wendy was like, well, you know, she told me F that bitch. Okay. Yes, that's what, yeah. F that BIT. And Stacey was like, no, I didn't. I didn't say that. And then she goes on to say, well, I was appalled that she would put me in the same outfit as one of my castmates. So whatever it was, she said. And she said, so yeah, it is F that bitch. And I'm like, huh? I thought you didn't say that. I thought you said that you didn't say that. So now you saying that you did say that? Now, here's what I do question just a little piece, though. It makes me go back and be like, what is you telling that's true and what you telling that's not? Because you do be giving liar. So did Karen really say those things that she said about Wendy to you? Because don't make no mistake. Karen said it. She said it. But I'm like, did she say it to you? Or what? Like, you be lying, girl. But anywho, and then talking about you trying to elevate Vivian. I feel like we already knew Vivian before we do you. And you talking about you trying to elevate her. Like, I guess, honey. I guess. Anyway, so Gizelle comes for Stacey and her wearing her wigs and stuff and how they want to see her ears and everything or whatever. And Gizelle just not featuring Stacey. Stacey wants Gizelle to like her so bad and she don't. Jacqueline joins the group. She's preggo and she lets us know that the yesterday's man is not today's man. Okay, that's what she's letting us know. The baby daddy you may have seen me with is not this baby's daddy. It's just what it is. Okay, so Mia is now in the hot seat and I'm here for her extending that seat, girl. Okay, get it real warm, Bookie. So Mia talks about outside influences being the cause of her and Ink's breakup, and the fact that she's watched the show back, seeing some of the things that has played out also has played a factor in the breakup that they have, right? And Andy says, but your tagline says ink is permanent. I was like, Andy, please, Andy, please go away from us with this. Okay? Messy, but I loved it. So she still says that her and Ink are best friends, but they just don't need to have a romantic relationship right now. Girl, bye. Let me tell you something. The reason why I do believe that what Gizelle is saying is likely true, girl, you are never over that man and you're never done with him. Y'all been dealing with each other since high school. You've been cheating on Gordon all throughout your marriage with this man. You got the opportunity to put this NIGGA on in an effort to benefit yourself and your family on this show and to secure your bag. And you want us to believe that y'all not together right now? Yeah, it might be that you were trying to change the image of yourself. But anywho, let's keep going. So Wendy says that she thinks that Ink took a step back when he saw how the audience responded to him because, of course, this is a new world for him. He's not used to that. And anybody that's not in their arena of reality and what they do, they wouldn't quite understand it until they step into the ring. So Ashley says, but you know, I feel like he went hard on Gordon. So that's real interesting, you know, that he would be like that because he went hard on Gordon. And then Gizelle said, yeah. And at the end of the day, he wanted to be on TV. Like, don't get it messed up or mixed up because this man is definitely a radio personality. And any opportunity that he gets to buff himself up, get himself more publicity, that's what he gonna do. And he definitely wanted to be on TV, okay? She says, I think they're still together. She believes that Mia lives in Atlanta. And Mia was like, no, I don't. She's like, girl, yes, you do. She's like, no, I don't. I live here. And Giselle's like, yeah, but you fly in all the time for filming, like less than I. And Mia's like, no, I don't. I live here. And Gizelle said, well, girl, if that's the lie that you want to tell yourself, keep telling it. But I've listened to you. I've been on calls with you when you've been in the back of the plane. Like, girl, stop playing. Listen, I'm inclined to believe that Gizelle could be telling the truth on this because they did have a friendship at one point. So now she's over here exposing the lady. Girl, you wrong for that. But why is it that big of a deal that she live in Atlanta? Oh, I get it now because Ink lives in Atlanta. Yeah, let's keep going. So they ask about the kids. Where are the kids at? And she says, oh, the kids are homeschooled. And they're like, oh, the kids homeschooled. So that means you can pick the hell up and take the kids wherever the hell you want them to go, huh? Oh, okay, yeah, it's giving scheme. So you gooped us then, and now, bitch, we feel like we getting gooped now. Okay, we got it. So Wendy tells her that she thinks she orchestrated the plan with Ink, and that plan backfired on her. She says, now that people are dragging you, and you're starting to see, you know, what's going on, now you want to try and change your ways and change how you move and stuff like that, but not so fast, girl, because it's giving fraud. So Wendy doesn't believe that they are getting a divorce when it comes to her and old boy. She says that she feels like it's a scheme that they set up. Period. And now she's trying to change the narrative. Child, this is crazy. But let me tell y'all something. I love the fact that Jacqueline sat up there and didn't say SHI the entire time until she was asked. I said, thank God, because I just knew you was going to chime in and be her mouthpiece. And I'm so glad you just hushed, sat back, and spoke when spoken to. Thank you. So Mia says that her kids aren't allowed to be on TV. She says, no, I'm sorry, not allowed to be on social media. Right? So, because everybody's asking, like, well, what's going to happen once they get privy to this information and everything? She's like, my kids are not allowed to be on social media. And they're like, okay. And you act like they friends can't tell them some stuff. Like, come on. So she says that she is aware that she will have to have a talk with her son about everything that transpired on, this particular season and just other things that may have happened. She's going to have that conversation with him at some point. And now she's at a place that she is regretful for even allowing such a storyline to go forth. And you know what? I feel like if you wouldn't have did that, Mia, I feel like Gordon would not have reacted to you the way that he did. But I do feel like you did that because you needed to get a reaction out of him in an effort to make your storyline that much more juicier. So, yeah, you're not necessarily beating the allegations right now. So, Kiana also calls her out for exaggerating her stories. Okay, and Wendy asked about, what did she ask her? I can't remember. She asked her about something, and Mia says that she could have already been, IVF, that's what it was. So, Wendy asked her about IVF and about the whole pregnancy thing and whatever it was, I guess it's certain things, details or stuff that's supposed to happen before they do the IVF and things. I guess Mia was trying to say that even though her son was conceived via IVF, she still could have potentially been pregnant by ink. And I'm just like, but if they're going into your stuff and getting ready to inject you or whatever the case, like, aren't they going to do the proper testing to make sure there isn't an already baby in there? Like, I don't know what the hell Mia was talking about, but I just refuse to believe these people are not going to check your womb and do what they're supposed to do before they move forward with the IVF situation. But okay, girl, we know that you were cheating the whole time, though. We do know that, but y'all leave y'all thoughts. So Mia says that they were good for a whole year when it comes to Ink and Gordon. And because things went so well with her first marriage between Gordon and her oldest son's dad, she assumed things would go better with Ink and Gordon. But see, here's the thing, Mia. I feel like you were likely divorced from that first husband. So I feel like you made sure to close one relationship before you started another, is what I would want to believe. And then I'm still confused because then you try to say that Gordon groomed you and you were 19 years old. So how old were you when you had your youngest son? Okay, Mia, girl, it's too much. And I don't even want to go deep into the archives and try and figure it out. So I'm just going to say this, okay? I do believe you sealed one relationship before you started another, which made it therefore easier for those two to form some type of relationship. And you also did not have reality TV. So when you do this over here with Gordon and Ink, girl, you have not wrapped up all the bowls or whatever over here with Gordon, and you doing this shit on TV. Yeah, and then you over here got somebody questioning the paternity of a child that they just sat up there and raised and believe to be theirs. No, ma'am. Okay, so you should have known that it was not going to be as smooth as it was the first time. You knew what you were doing when you were doing it. So, Mia talks about she says that she thought they were good for a whole year, and then Gizelle got on her head and stuff and says they weren't good for like a whole year because Gordon even told y'all that he wasn't even trying to film with y'all, and you still kind of forced that upon him. So stop playing. Mia says that she thought that she was showing positive co-parenting, and we all like, how are you showing positive co-parenting when Gordon has already told you he ain't fucking with y'all on camera like that? Like, he's not trying to really do that. So was that positive? You knew it wasn't going to be positive co-parenting. Like, I don't know what she thought. Anywho, so Mia thinks her openness about her life is something that leaves people confused. No, the opening of your mouth is what leaves us confused. Not so much as your life, but the things that you say, because what you translate on the television versus what comes out your mouth and the shit you put on your Instagram does not make sense. Okay, just like I just said, all right, the first child, they had a good relationship. Then you talk about how Gordon groomed you and how you was like 19 or whatever. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So when did the first boy come into play? So how did that work? So when did I don't have time, okay, to add up Mia's shit. So Gizelle says that Mia regrets her storyline because the audience ate her That's the real reason. So don't sit up here and act like you feel away because of your children, because that got shit to do with your kids. At least that's what Gizelle says, okay? So y'all know this is getting Mia even further into her feelings, honey. Then we talk about how Mia approached Gizelle at Ashley's event, and she gonna walk up to Gizelle, you know, they sitting at the table having back and forth with words, and she gonna approach Gizelle like she want to really get into some things. And I'm like, oh my, I didn't know that, because of course they didn't show that. But I also said, Gizelle, we don't care, baby. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn about Mia jumping up in your face. You know why? Because when Mia showed you who the hell she was a few seasons ago, when she started there and threw that damn drink in Wendy's face and hit her with her purse, all out assaulted that woman, you now want to be like, oh my God, when you were supporting her actions back then. So it is what it is, girl. Oopsie doopsie. She ran up on you. Oopsie doopsie. But she didn't swing. So whatever. So Gizelle stands by Mia acting like a terrible mom. And because that's what Mia said. Mia said, well, you know, I stood up on you because you were telling me I was being a terrible mom. And Gizelle said, and I still stand by you acting. That's how you were acting. You were acting like a terrible mom, and I stand by that. Mia gets upset, storms off the set. As she's walking off, she over there talking about something. Not my kids. Excuse me. Not my kids. Not my kids. And it's like, girl, stop playing. Your kid, you are the reason that your kids were brought into this. You are. Not my kids. Not my kids. You are. Anywho, so in the back, Eddie and, is his name Greg, or Eddie and Kiana's man FaceTime TJ. Check on him, see how he doing, because they didn't see him there. He's like, nah, I'm not there. You know, TJ says, I'm not coming on that fake ass show with those fake ass people. Now it's a fake ass show, TJ. I'm inclined to believe that probably whatever you finna say about Stacey, you can say about yourself. If it's anything related to clout, as the actor that you are. Okay? Yeah, now it's a fake ass show, but you were so ready to be a part of this fake ass show. Yikey dikey. But anywho, he's talking about, what he said, I'm not gonna come be a part of that fake ass show with them fake ass people. I said, oh, not you telling these men to their faces that their wives are fake ass people. Because that's how it sounds to me. They the ones that's fake. Oh, wow. Okay. So Eddie, back at the front, Eddie sends a text to Wendy to let her know, like, yo, we just got off the phone with TJ and he done dropped the bomb on us. So y'all know, Wendy's like, oh my God, you know, with her extra her extra reaction. She's like, oh shit. So everybody's like, what? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Tell me. So we're gonna find out on next week exactly what the hell it is that TJ had to say about y'all girl. About y'all girl, Miss what that lady name is, Stacey. Okay, so yeah, all right, so that's what's going on. But listen, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. Let me know your thoughts about everything we just talked about. Hopefully the audio is still good. First of all, y'all know when I'm premiering the video, sometimes YouTube be a little shaky wakey. But I'm now realizing that I'm not recording actually from my mic like I thought I was. I'm recording from my laptop. So hopefully y'all still hear the sound all the same. But that's all I got. I'm Jami, that's me. Leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand on my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATL, got them trying to clone me like ages. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Z, I'm on a trip to Florida.